consistent.
Welcome to The Basement. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to The Basement. I'm Nolan.
You ruin everything every time. I'm Jose, and today we got a new guest. We've been kicking it lately with guests, right? Where do we find all these people?
I don't know.
It's amazing we know so many people.
I just found
especially
this guy,
me.
found this guy at the ferry.
You found them in the ferry. Gang. I just picked them
That's
up.
crazy, right? I was just under a cardboard box, begging for change.
It's good. I like that the lion chain you got going on there.
Oh, thank you. I got this years ago.
It's pretty dope.
I got this off online, but yeah, Swagwood or whatever.
Swag?
Not to advertise.
Can you beep
but
that
yeah.
out? 'Cause
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put that
for-
out
I was
because
just
we're
about
not
to say
getting
that, not to
$1 from that company. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, peoples? My name is Nico. Ain't nothing special about me. Just a homeboy of Jose and Noel. So
Homeboy of the Lord.
kicking it. Homeboy of the Lord. I'm out here with the hombres.
Yo, so it's been a hot minute since I've seen you.
Yeah.
And you got married. Congratulations.
Thank you.
First of all, I haven't seen any of y'all for a hot minute. You got married. I seen you do some stuff on Facebook, and I looked at it, and because my ADHD kicks in hard, I was like, that's when I messaged you. I was like, yo, what up? I didn't know that this colorful person was already talking to you. So I was like, I said to myself, I listened a little bit to the topic you were talking about, and you were talking about something about Kanye West.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to listen anymore
Okay.
because I have no idea what's going on. So maybe that's something that we could bring up.
Yeah.
That's what I figured we flow through.
Yeah,
But
definitely going to the new church movement that's going on in this world.
Facts.
what other than that,
Definitely
tell
join
us,
that.
what are you doing? What are you doing for work? What are you doing? Are you serving? Are you
Well, like I said, Noel found me underneath the cardboard box, and I've been chucking and jiving for
that's
change.
a thing. People be making money.
Nah, but seriously though, I paint murals. On the school seasons with Thrive Collective.
Okay.
But on the off seasons, like right now, mostly I'm trying to do like freelance at the time. So murals that need to be done, logos that need to be designed, stuff like that. Like I'm trying to get my name out there. Been walking through the neighborhood, handing out my business cards, see what I can get.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Now it's always a different price. And is it varied on the size, the image, all those are variables in what you charge people?
Yeah, so if we're talking about a wall to be done or whatever like that, what usually I charge is the size of the wall and what you want done on the wall. So if it's like let's say it's like a 5 foot, 6 foot wall, but it's like a super complicated design, and I would have to like come up with it from scratch. It's not like something that you're giving me. Then that's gonna have one price, and then if it's like a humongous wall, that's gonna be another price. But usually, what I would continuously charge on is usually the size of the wall.
So this is a 4x4 image. Noel was thinking, if we gave you a canvas, can you draw like a bunch of men in bikinis? Because that's sort of the things he's into. How much would you
men.
charge?
That's what you want, right? Dominican. How would you specify that the Dominican though?
First of all, don't discriminate.
Maybe the bikini could be a flag.
Be tostones
Okay,
everywhere.
we gotta talk after this.
He said, damn.
Yo, you heard that there's some kind of disease and that bananas may soon go extinct? Can you imagine how many Dominicans are gonna die?
Bananas? Or are we talking about
Bananas.
like plátano bananas, or are we just talking about regular bananas?
I don't think bananas have like preferences.
I don't think
they're just bananas.
I always thought there was a difference.
Well, there is a difference in when you pluck them
Nice.
and when you cook them, and how you cook them.
I'm not really.
You can
feeling that
fry them,
voice.
smash them, fry them again. Those are the best ones.
The ones that you fry, smash.
The refry,
You fry them, you cut them, you fry them, you smash them, you fry them again. Toast Tony's.
This guy right here, do not listen to a word when it comes to food. And this guy right here.
I've watched it cooked.
How is he? I don't know how his 4 children are still alive. When his wife went to work and he was a stay-at-home dad. But
Costco's chicken.
They're taking it back. So boom, yeah, we definitely wanted to talk to you about afterwards doing something on canvas paper. That way we could like take it off, and what your prices and fees are. You have a website, you have all that. Do you have a contact method besides your business card that people can hit you up?
So I usually do either email or Instagram.
Instagram is like the Rolodex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't got a website? You don't have a website?
Nah, it's actually in the making right now. So
what would you think about us like giving you access to the website where you could like sort of vlog your own stuff and it's just
you could document it, you could write it.
Hey man, I'm down.
You could write it, you could write your rhymes. I know you like to rhyme and stuff.
You could do
I know
whatever
you like to sing and
it's
poems.
just another media.
I'm gonna just cut this dude off. It's just
so thank you. That's why I am the host of the show, and he's my co-host. I said it.
We'll let the public decide on that.
We should do that. Who's just
stop?
First of all, if we do that, I am gonna be emotional because I'm an emotional
no,
bitch.
what we do is we switch we do the poll every month. So we can constantly switch.
Imagine I'm more of a winter man.
We'll label it employee of the month.
Yo, that's employee of the month.
So, yeah, I'll do it right now. Right on top on YouTube. I'm gonna put a poll right now. Vote. Not.
No.
You get me? Let's do it.
Yeah,
Why not?
I'm putting it up.
The only people who are voting is us, so we're gonna be tied.
Yo, that'd be funny. Y'all like actually do the like campaign stuff like during the week. At the end of the week, they vote or whatever like that. You know,
That'd be funny.
This nigga come dressed in as Trump. He come dressed up.
No, he's gonna win then. The undercover Trump. Right. Undercover Trump people gonna.
Because everybody knows I got another 4 years.
Stop.
They're just being emotional. Just gotta accept
you saw what's going on with the thing with Ukraine or whatever.
Yeah, that he's releasing his These are my confessions.
Wait, who? Trump?
Yeah, he had a conversation with the Iranians, supposedly promising them some things.
Uraniums.
That's a medal in Star Trek.
Ukrainians.
You just lost the whole demographic.
Uranium is what they used to make nuclear bombs, yo.
He just lost the whole demographic.
Yo, speaking of that, have you ever seen damn, I always mess it up. It's a Netflix,
You can't say the word.
I can't pronounce it because I have a GD, but it's Chernobyl. It's when that nuclear Russian Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
There you go.
Dang.
He's like, I've never heard it said.
Another victim of the public school system.
All I gotta say is A for effort. Okay. Thank you very much. No. So you haven't seen that?
Nah.
I didn't watch the whole thing. It was on HBO. I started watching it,
you're right.
and then we cut it off. We cut off HBO because we only needed it for Game of Thrones. Once Game of Thrones was over, I was like, we don't need this anymore. Goodbye. And then after the experience I had with the last few episodes of Game of Thrones, I just gave up.
You gave up on the whole network.
I gave up. I'm not gonna rewatch it no more. I'm done.
Was it really that bad? I heard like it ended super bad.
Just don't watch the last episode.
Did you watch it? Have you ever watched it?
I've never watched it.
Good.
Oh, it's perfect.
You should watch it.
You should watch it.
Don't watch the last episode.
Dude, skip it. In your mind, close your eyes and say, they won.
Listen,
everything is peaceful.
Yeah, listen, the last season, you might want to skip. But if you're like me and you like fight scenes, then you might want to consider watching it. Just don't watch the last episode.
Just don't watch it.
Just make it up in your head what happened to be happy.
Your ending is going to be so much better.
This is exactly how cults start. I'm just saying.
Don't read Revelations.
Don't read that part.
or just read Revelations. That's how cults start.
It ends perfectly.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what are these niggas talking about? Oh, yeah, that's true. You're talking about the Bible. That happens all the time. Subsections of subsection of subsection 494 beta.
That's not how the Bible's broken down.
But you know that other people that are not believers were viewed as a cult.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I know it's hard to accept. When I tell people that, I can feel their disappointment. Like, oh.
No, I see it. We're a death cult.
Right.
We worship a suicidal person.
I mean, it makes sense because...
Wow.
It makes sense in the sense that we're always saying that we're not part of this world.
You told them this. I'm going to die. They're going to kill me.
What was that? Say
I'm
that?
saying it makes sense in the sense that if we're always claiming that we're not part of this world or that we need to be separate from this world, then it looks weird because to outsiders, for us it makes sense.
That's what the Mormons say.
But for outside, yeah, right, exactly. Because you hear the Mormons, you hear that. What was that dude who killed himself?
Jones?
Not Jim
Jim
Jones,
Jones, the rapper from Harlem.
but him too. You know what I'm saying? To separate themselves from the world. It all sounds the same to non-believers.
Yeah,
it does sound all the
but
same.
how do we prove?
How do we tell them we're right?
Please believe me.
Please believe me.
I think that any view or perspective that only looks out for thyself isn't right. I think any view that is
He went King James only on us real fast. Thyself.
Divine self.
Go ahead. I'm
That's
sorry.
the most I know. But and like I think that it's so Hinduism and if you really look at it at the end of the day, is it something that's bringing the best of this thing called life? Mm-hmm. Is it bringing the best of me? Is it challenging me to be better? And
I think that's subjective. That's a little too subjective. Because they're just gonna be like, yeah, of course it does.
You see, but then that's the difference of Christianity, because Christianity doesn't. So it's not. If we look at biblical Christianity, right, and people ask, does it bring out the best in me? Biblical Christianity will be like, the best of you is lost in sin.
The best of you belongs in hell.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what truly separates Christianity from the other faiths. The other faiths would ask, does it bring the best in me? You know what I'm saying? Like modern Judaism would ask, are you a good person? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing to make this world better? And then biblical Christianity would be like, well, the best in you caused Jesus to die.
It's your fault.
So, yeah.
It sounds good when you
I
say
wonder
it.
within his own theology. I mean, I don't know enough of the other religions, but if you within his own theology doesn't make sense. That's why I stopped doing the other religions I was in, because within his own context, things didn't make sense, and I was like, "This is wrong. This violates what you said over here, or this doesn't make sense over here." But within Christianity, I feel like it. I mean, I can speak for Christianity. It all is in harmony. Everything goes together. The problem is people don't understand it. People understand the Bible. They know what it says, but they don't understand theology, why it says. So if you know theology, then it makes more sense. But if you just know the Bible, you might as well just be lost. You don't know. It's a roadmap that you don't know where north is at.
And for a vast majority of individuals who believe, they really don't know the Bible.
Yeah.
There's so many people that are active in the church, serving some function or another. Not that that's wrong. It's great. I think it's healthy for you to serve. Don't who's Jesus? I don't know. I know he was on the cross. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, nigga died.
Or they know a westernized version of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you ever saw a thing called the American Gospel?
The American Gospel.
Nah, I don't think I have.
That's what that is.
Let's pause for an hour.
Stupid. We'll be right back.
The audience that's not there, welcome back. Now I have to watch it.
3, 2, 1. No, that movie's crazy.
No, yeah, it is just something
You should watch it though.
American Gospel.
I'm gonna text it to you.
Are you?
You're not gonna forget.
Are you? He's forcing it on you now.
You're gonna watch it.
Are you? Tell me what the married life is like, bruh.
Oh my God, that's been the question that everybody asks.
I mean, y'all been married for a while now, right? A few months.
Yeah,
2?
like 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah.
But
fresh.
But I mean, like, the married life. To be honest with you, the way that me and my wife, our relationship was prior to being married, we were like open with everything, and we fought wars and everything like that. So it's almost like there is a difference, you know what I'm saying? But it's almost like there's some points that it's just the same. It's just like, conflict resolution. We done been through the hurdles, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that there's not going to be more, you know what I'm saying? But we've learned each other's like love languages and stuff like that to kind of figure out how to get through those things, So it just makes the experience a lot easier. It's what I tell everybody is just it's been an adjustment. You feel me? At this point.
What the hell was that?
Somebody just got
excuse
discovered.
me, that's my text message.
Somebody
from the
got
well.
discovered.
That's exactly what it is. That's Metal Gear Solid.
Nah, but I always say the same thing when people ask about marriage. I'm like, yo, marriage is dope. It's just fun.
It's an adjustment. You feel me?
My only suggestion is to you, try to hold off on having a baby until you have a vacation. Like another one. Not your honeymoon, another one. Just pick a random place,
Put another one in there.
And then that's when
Because when you have the kid, use the fly squatter. That's what
Son,
it's...
I don't want to hit somebody. I don't want to hit myself, to be honest with you. I'm just going
Oh, let me get it then. I'm going to have fun with this thing right here.
freaking
Just
mosquito.
don't press the button when I'm grabbing it. Ew.
But marriage is dope, Bill.
Marriage, so obviously we know both you and your wife. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh! Got him.
That nigga's powder. Right
Yo,
now.
for real.
He fell right into it.
He fell right
Oh, he
there.
did.
I didn't realize it was that powerful. Damn.
Wait till you hit a fly.
Yo,
They explode. That was just like a little mosquito. Right?
He
that
got
was a
me
little
good,
mosquito.
too.
Oh, he got you?
He got me mad good.
Damn, at least he had a last meal.
He has
Yeah.
malaria.
Bendito.
Oh, damn, dude. OD. Let the guy live a little bit.
Yo, did you watch the Bill Gates documentary on Netflix? Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen
Something
it.
about, what is it called? I think I ran into it, but
I forgot the name of it.
I've been watching something else, and I'm not going to tell you.
I watched the Bill Gates
Because it's
documentary.
so good. It is so good.
What is it? Hand? What, Ty? You said it called it? What did you call it? You called it something.
Yo,
What did you call it?
I know I'm part owner of this, but I'm not responsible for that. Or this, really.
So the Bill Gates documentary will change you as a person.
Really? That's impossible.
He is
It's kind of blasphemous. if you ask me.
inspirational.
Does sound.
He's inspirational.
Just a little bit.
Borderline. So it's another cult.
It's not the
It's another-
Bible,
it's
but
another cult.
it's pretty up.
No, but to watch, okay, first of all, he's a billionaire. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
And
But what
does.
he does with his
really
money,
does.
what he does with his money makes you feel, especially with the the pastor's been talking about this month about giving.
Yeah, giving. This guy gave.
I started talking
he
about
was,
church. so it's
He was. He. Yeah. Shut up. He. You gotta get the little mosquito out of there though.
Nah, that brings a little bit of flavor.
Mm.
That's that lemon twist.
This is the one guy that was in the billion mark, gave away so much money. He's back in the billion mark. Like
He can't get out.
it's like he's trying to escape it. This is a guy that's sitting in. He's standing in line somewhere in Philly in the middle of the night, with random people like at 11 o'clock at night, waiting to order a Philly cheesesteak.
You talking about Jesse Smollett?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, you mean what's his name? Juicy Smouye?
Juicy Smollett.
My favorite part of that is I rewinded that section like 4 times,
Yo,
just
me too.
watching everyone's reaction,
Yeah.
like slowly getting it, like when they get it, they're like head drop.
Justice for Juicy.
Nah, but he takes a week. This is one thing that I got from him for sure. That's something I could do without the billions of dollars. He takes a week and he calls it a think week, and he just grabs a bunch of books and he just sits down for a whole week and just reads and studies and thinks for a week. And then from that point, he starts thinking about, okay, well, I'm gonna plan my future now for the next whatever.
See, when you have billions of
I
dollars,
was just about to say that you can sit on that
yeah,
money.
you can sit and read for a whole week and do nothing.
Yeah,
for
but
a
how
week.
many times I'm half an hour
You're
early.
You're the person. You're such a hypocrite.
Why?
I'm gonna make a shirt for you before
What does it
you close your shop. I'm gonna hypocrite. Hashtag
Why?
hypocrite.
Why?
Because this is the guy like I'm busy. I have 4 kids. And now so you have a whole week to read.
I'm not saying I'm gonna take a break. I'm just saying when you have let's say you drive somewhere, you get there half an hour early. You look at the time like, damn, I'm gonna do for half an hour. Just take a book. Just read for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I always tell people 2 things. One, if you take the ferry or the train or something, bring a book with you. Forget about your phone.
I
bring
do
a book.
Audible because I'm driving all the time. I
Or
hate it.
another thing I tell the kids, I tell them to do with the Bible, but you can do it with any book. Just put it in your bathroom. Don't bring your phone into the bathroom. And when you're sitting there, just grab the book and read. As long as you're there, it's gonna make you want to go faster to the bathroom.
I don't
You're like, I gotta get out of this bathroom.
See, this whole idea of people, reading magazines and basically sitting on poo. You're sitting on poo? Are you sitting on the pool while it's floating on the water?
No, you're just taking a break. Just sitting down.
So you're not really pooping.
No, you don't. Who poops for that long?
You letting the process happen.
You
know
let
what
it
I'm saying?
happen. You don't force it because you
You don't
might blow
force
a
it.
gasket. So you just let it go. You just relax. I'm just gonna read here.
So my question is, so when you go to the bathroom, is it because you have the urge, or because you're like, I'm gonna go meditate this thing
I have
out,
nothing to do. Let me go sit down.
and you're gonna sit on the toilet?
No. So what you do is you feel like you gotta go. You sit there. You start. And you're like, just in case I'm not done, let me give it a few more minutes.
So, but you flushed.
It depends if you like the smell or not. If you want to bask in it, you're like, yo, this ain't that bad.
I'm really not.
This potpourri smell.
Stop.
I kind of feel like I could agree with you, but I got so used to the courtesy flush that I just
That's one thing you gotta use
Gone.
a courtesy flush. When you got kids,
when you got kids,
you gotta be like, yo, you gotta flush it before you know what I'm saying?
because I work in an agency with mainly women. I like it's like I'm planting a bomb.
As it's
I'm trying to
coming
get away
out,
with it.
that's what you do. As it's coming out, you flush it. So when it touches the water, it kind of pulls
Stop.
it out.
And then you're twisting.
He's just
it
holding
over. Oh, the water's dripping.
Just gotta be careful with the splashback. That's all.
I hate the
All right,
splashback.
this is the worst.
The splashback is the worst. But this was a segment of bathrooms and what we do in them.
All right, so speaking of bathrooms, so what do you think about Kanye West's Sunday
Wow.
service?
No, shots fired. Bah, 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 bah.
Oh man.
You were talking about that. I brushed up on with him because I really don't know much, and he was telling me that it's like a church with just worship music. Elaborate.
Yeah, well, from what I've seen thus far, it's an album that he's doing, and again, I'm not.
He's recording an album while he's doing it.
It's an album that he's doing called Church Service.
Oh, so it's not a church service.
So, but
He's doing it.
But what I've seen is that he's been going to churches and doing church
He's
services.
been doing himself. He bought like a field and he invites people to come do a service.
Are
And
you
he plays
serious?
his music. He has a choir. Yeah.
Well, I've seen him go to the one video that I seen was that where he went to Atlanta, Georgia,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and a church opened up their pulpit, and pretty much they had the choir director. I'm assuming that was him, directing the choir. But then Kanye West was like collaborating with them, you know what I'm saying, and kind of like leading as well later on.
And I think he wants to be a Christian. For what I've seen, he started putting Holy Spirit on the shirt. You saw that? He got a bunch of clothing that says Holy Spirit on it.
Don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. He's like a new, like when somebody first becomes a Christian.
Yeah, I know they
He's
like
like that.
super excited
Yeah,
and things like that.
I
But
think that's the face he's.
it was the same thing with Jesus Walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think he really. He was just because his mom died, so he was like.
Well, that was
feeling
before his
emotional.
mom died.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was way before his mom died. When his mom died, that's when we started seeing the change in him.
That's when he started getting better.
That's when he started going downhill.
What album came out after that when his mom died? You remember?
Was that before or after he took the microphone from Taylor Swift?
I think
Nah.
that was before his mom died. Before that, wasn't 808 Heartbreak?
We're obviously not fans.
Yeah.
I haven't followed his career like that since
I have a lot of respect.
Graduation
Don't get me wrong.
Day.
I have a lot of respect for Kanye.
Graduation Day was the best album for me.
Yeah.
In what sense do you respect Kanye West?
He changed the game, yo. This new generation of rappers, look, he's the one that started that for them. You know what I'm saying? He before Kanye West, it was street rap, and then Kanye came with like a musical rap. With that, I think one of the first real impact he had was with that was it the Blueprint or the Black album he did for Jay-Z? That you can hear the difference in music from before that until after that. He had more music, like sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Sound effects. When before it was just boom bap, boom bap, boom bap. That was all the music. And then him, and then another one too was the Clips, not the Clips. I'm wilding. What's this dude's name? The one with he wears the Smokey the Bear hat. Jeez, Pharrell. Pharrell wasn't. Pharrell. What was the name of his group?
Clips.
No, not the Clips. The other one. Neptunes. So
Okay.
Neptunes, when they made music, they also added something to it. But Kanye West was rapping, producing, doing the beats. He was doing everything. He did it a few times. So I feel like he had such a big influence on music. He made the way for Drake. He made the way for these Migos and all that. He made the way for all that.
Yeah, I mean, like he's been producing music before he was rapping, and he was killing it with the beats.
Yeah. They didn't even like him when he rapped. The music executives.
Oh, word?
That's the story he tells. They didn't like him. They thought he was whack. He's like, I do it myself then.
But I always put him in the I don't, whatever. Like people probably gonna get, whatever in their feelings about me saying this, but I always put him in the category for myself with like Lupe Fiasco. Like,
Yeah,
because they're hip hop. You feel me? But it's almost like if we're at school, at like high school, you got like the nerd table.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
I hear
that these guys are cool, but only when you get to know them. You feel me?
Like a Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
No,
So
I hear
he
you.
confirmed on Thursday his new album, Jesus is king.
Holla.
And
is that a proclamation over there?
That's the new Christianity.
There you go.
He's fresh in it. That's what it is. Somebody just told him the gospel. He's like, yeah, I believe that. And they were like, well, you got to be a Christian and say these words.
See, I don't even know if it goes that deep. I don't even know if it goes that deep that somebody told him. I'm hoping that's what's going on. But what I thought, I'm assuming, of course, on this end, but apparently, from what I've understood from him, is that he grew up within that Christian teaching, like the Christian household or whatever like that. When his mom's passed away, a lot of that changed up, like, whether or not he believed it or not, whatever like that. His actions were showing how he felt. It seems like he's going back to what he was taught. Now, I can only hope that somebody's actually like pouring into him and like discipling him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my concern. It's just, all right, this is cool. It's not that I doubt whether you believe or not. I'm just concerned of, is someone discipling you? That's my concern.
I just know he has such a big ego. Like, an example would be Justin Bieber. Mm-hmm. Justin Bieber was struggling, and that guy from
Hillsong, right?
Hillsong, like, started discipling him. The actual pastor from New York, Hillsong.
Oh, when I heard that, I was just like,
yeah, that's what I felt like too. But in my head, I'm like, well, at least he's getting some direction, better than none, right?
Right.
And I think what happened was he met this girl, and he really feeling her, and the pastor was probably telling him like, yo, just wait. And then he was like, nah, I'm leaving and I'm getting married. And he got married. And I think he separated himself from the church. I don't know what he's doing now with his life. I'm just afraid that's because he has such a big ego. He don't want to come under somebody.
It's funny because I thought that Justin Bieber was becoming a Messianic Jew, because you guys know what Messianic Jew is, right?
Tell our audience what it is.
Okay, so a Messianic Jew is someone who is ethnically Jewish, who believes Jesus is the promised Messiah. So it's not a contradiction at all. The first Christians were Jews who believed Jesus was their Messiah or whatever like that. So it's pretty much that. But
it's not a new thing.
Right, yeah, it's not new. It's about 2,000 years old.
They were black, we all know.
That's stupid. But yeah, I thought he was becoming a Messianic Jew. I should say I heard stories.
Yeah,
because
he's not a Jewish.
He had only because he had a tattoo with Yeshua, the name of Jesus in Hebrew on his side. But so then I was just like,
where you at, Daniel? Remember him?
Who?
Daniel had a whole bunch of Hebrew.
Yeah. But then you're right. So did a lot of people in the church. So
he's slipping now.
He slips.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he ain't the only one.
Nah, for sure.
Oh,
leaders.
Yeah, but those that is ego.
That's why it's hard for someone who has an ego and add to that they're famous.
As in the bird ego? No, I'm playing.
Might as well be at this point, because I think it's that much harder to have someone disciple you or mentor you when you're at that level.
Yeah,
it's.
That's what I'm saying. He was too. He must have felt like, yo, nobody tells me what to do. You can't tell me what to do, and that's what happened. So I'm afraid that's gonna happen with Kanye. Somebody's gonna disciple him to the point where he gets to a wall where the guy's like, no, you should not do that. And Kanye's gonna be like, yeah, but I want to do that. He's like, no, you shouldn't do that. And they're gonna go back and forth, and it's gonna be Kanye saying, well, I can do whatever I want. I'm Kanye. I'm out.
Well, I would hope that even the person discipling him is doing more than telling him what not to do. You feel me? But actually walking the life out with him and being like, all right, cool. This is what we can't do or whatever like that. But let's figure out why we can't do it. Let's understand
that's
why
what I'm saying.
we're
like,
doing
I'm
it,
just hoping that he doesn't have his ego and he's willing to be like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me why I'm gonna believe you and all that. Like, not just gonna be like, nah, I'm Kanye. I do whatever I want. You can't tell me what to do.
I'm Jesus, damn it.
Jesus.
Sheesh. I'm Jesus. But yeah, that's my concern. It's just mostly the discipleship. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know Jin?
Yeah.
He became Christian.
Yeah, I know that.
I heard that there was a rumor a long time ago, but I doubt that's true, that T.I. was going to be a Christian. But that was... Remember with the whole gun charge? He went to jail. So that's what a rumor was around town. Obviously,
T.I. is going to become a Christian, and the first thing he's going to do is translate all the Bibles into like this real...
The trap? The trap
no, not even. Because you hear like how eloquently he talks when he's like on interviews.
Yeah.
He has his hat tilted to the side and everything, like damn near falling off his head, but he be quoting eloquently.
Yo, you ever heard Big Mike?
Big Mike?
Killer
yes,
Mike. Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. I have.
Killer Mike.
Yeah.
I like Killer Mike. He's good.
Really?
Did you see the thing where he was doing like the black? I forgot what it was called. It was like
You talking about with the politics?
the Puff Daddy thing. Yeah.
Oh, not with Puff Daddy.
I'm so old. I call him Puff Daddy still. Not P Diddy. Excuse me.
Shoulders.
I'm so old.
So
Puff Daddy.
disrespectful.
Expose your age without saying it, right?
Seriously, right?
You mean Puff Daddy?
I remember when Biggie died. That's all
Everybody's
that.
like, who?
The saddest day in New York history.
I remember being in the car listening to the radio and be like, why are they playing so much of his songs on the radio?
Now I
And
remember.
then they said it, he died.
I remember that day only because my uncle was super sad. That's the only. That's the only time that's the only reason why I remember it. But anyway.
Yeah. So what the hell were we talking about? Oh, about Killer Mike. Did you watch it though?
I've seen him on when he was talking to this girl Candace Owens.
Yeah.
And when he was on the was it the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, he was good on the Breakfast Club.
So that's the only time I've seen him, and I've only seen clips, like not full on.
He has a thing on Netflix you should watch.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, it's like a 6-part series. I think he's just helping people do things. He makes his own religion. He makes his own country. He makes his own soda. He makes it. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
The pillars of a great society: religion, country, and soda.
He got some Crips and the Bloods to make a soda together.
Oh yeah, Crip Pop or
Crip
something like
Pop,
that. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I didn't see. I didn't even know that. That's funny.
Yeah.
I seen the shirts that says Crip Pop, and I was like, okay. I thought it was a Crip and popping thing. You know, pop in his blood or whatever.
You would like it.
Okay.
But the whole thing with that thing is like, excuse me. I don't know how I feel about some of those issues, man. I don't know how you feel about it, but like, I watch some of the things that Candace Owens says. I'm like, I understand what she's saying. I just feel like she's saying it wrong.
How would you think that she should say it?
I think she needs to say it. I think she needs a craft. So she's just blatantly just blah.
Yeah.
Your fatherhood.
Uh-huh.
Instead of saying, look, society has put a pressure, jail, they're locking us up. Like, that's the way the other side would frame it.
Yeah.
She's just saying, they're in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying why they got to jail.
Lack of fatherhood. Making the statement, but not explaining
Exactly,
how we got to this point.
So 100% fact. Absent fathers are the reason why we have misbehaving children that don't finish school, that become whatever drug dealers, gang members, right? So that's a fact. But she doesn't say why or not
Women
even if
do
you
not need men.
That women do not.
I don't need
man.
man.
Yeah, but that boy does.
Listen, do you remember?
So two things just happened right now.
I'm mom and dad. Remember those things?
So two things just happened right now. He identified himself as a female, right? That's another issue. And then he said that there's no need for a man in the household. That's crazy.
But you remember You remember this?
He identifies as a female on Saturday nights.
Only on Saturday nights.
Only on Saturday when he goes out dressed.
Because I'm with you.
Between the hours of 6 and 1 a.m.
No, but you've heard the sayings, oh, I don't need no man in my life.
Yeah.
I can provide for myself. And you've also heard the phrase, I'm mom and dad. Mm-hmm. Right? You've heard that, right?
Yeah.
I'm mom and dad. In Father's Day, I'm celebrated because I'm mom and dad.
What she should do is try to find the dad. I'm like, why don't you go find out who the dad is, invite him back into the house, because you may not need a man.
Like Easter, instead of Easter egg hunts, you find baby daddy.
Because you may not need a man, but your son does. Your son needs a man.
That's horrible.
He needs guidance. You know what I'm saying? And he's not gonna watch.
Another thing, though, to further explain that is that the key roles that both parents play is so pivotal to the man, especially, right? Because the man, the child, the male grows up learning from his father how to be tough and bold to brave the world, but also learning that the female is the one you go and you cry to. And you exchange that relationship with your mother and you mature and you adapt this new relationship with your wife. And that's who you go home and cry to. But when you go out, you're the man. I'm a man. And without that, this guy doesn't cry enough. That's what it is. I'm gonna talk to your wife. How many times did he cry this week? Once? We gotta up it up, girl.
Up it up. Push those buttons. push those buttons. Don't be scared.
It's just ruined my life.
Right?
Like, why doesn't nobody care about me?
Jose pops up in the window. A little more.
Good job. Yeah, so I agree. I think Candace Owens is on the right track. She just doesn't know how to explain it efficiently enough for the other side to get it.
Can I say another thing about Candace Owens too?
No, you can't. Go away.
Because don't get me wrong, I like her, but she's doing the party thing. And I hate party people. Where they're like, oh, I'm on the right, so everything the right says is true. I hate that, yo. Make your own opinion, yo.
Stand out.
Like, you saw that thing when she was on Joe Rogan, she did it with the... on Joe Rogan, she did it with the climate change. She's like, I don't believe it's real. He's like, oh, okay, why? Boom, stuck. Can't do that, like what they do with the Democrat, the Fleckes and all that. They're like, oh, okay, why? And they're just stuck. They don't know why. Right. Because they chose sides, they didn't choose issues. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite.
I think that there's a middle ground everywhere, right? So, like, continue with the climate change idea. Let's just make believe climate change is fake and these scientists are liars or they only believe they're Democrats, that they whatever. Let's make believe that's true. Why can't we still have a clean environment? Why can't we still do solar panel? Why can't we still do electric cars? Why can't we? Why can't we just phase out gas? Why not? Even if that's true.
Because now people losing the motivation.
Forget about the fact whether it's like you said. Forget about the studies. Forget about opinion. Why don't we become more smarter in our energy?
Yeah, why don't we just do it? Why not?
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Even if it does nothing for the environment.
My son was like, "We should do wind turbines." I'm like, "Yeah."
Winter what?
Wind turbines.
Wind turbine things.
Oh, wind turbines.
Yeah, we should.
Not New York.
We're gonna get the wind. They have them.
Yeah, there's one
on Third
yeah,
Avenue.
Yeah, Third Avenue.
It feels like Third Avenue, but it's a little further.
No, it is Third. It's
in Staten Island.
In Sunset Park.
Sunset Park, bro.
A windmill?
Yeah.
Where?
By the factories.
You have to look up. There's a real planet. We're really in the planet.
Where? I never saw it before. You're talking about the one in...
You know what? Don't tell them where it is.
Okay.
You're going to have to look
You're
for
talking
it.
about the one...
You're going to have to open your eyes. And you're not alone in this thing. You're not alone.
You're not talking about the one that's by Whole Foods, right?
Nah, it's not by Whole Foods. It's by Costco.
Cops are coming.
Get you. They're coming to get you for your stupidity.
Where is it at? Is it across the border?
Go to Costco's. Look around Costco's. Go like this.
It's right there. It's like, bam.
Where?
Oh!
Where though? Where?
Just go.
Third Avenue is the overpass. Where?
So keep looking in towards the water.
That's what I'm asking you. By the water, right?
By the water.
They're fixing that whole spot up. You haven't been there in a while?
Industry City. Yeah.
Yo, that gets me so annoyed.
Stop.
Not for nothing.
You know the white people are going to take over?
Come on, man.
It's better for us.
It is for everyone.
For everybody.
If it's white, it's right.
That's why I was so happy.
Unsubscribe right now. No?
That's so funny. I want to get your brother on so bad.
Stay woke, not
the
broke.
The funniest thing that your brother said was I worked around a lot of Jamaicans and like Haitians at the time.
Yeah. And
we were all sitting down talking about stuff. And we were talking about how Trump. And one of those like, I can't believe Trump became president. He was like, good. Finally, the white man is back where he belongs.
What?
I almost died laughing, yo.
What?
He's so funny, yo. Everybody was just in shock when he said it. Finally, the white man's back where he belongs.
Sheesh.
That's bold.
That is bold.
That is
so
definitely
funny,
my family member.
That's so funny, yo.
I wouldn't know what to say. Like,
everybody was just like, whoa. And he had just started working there too.
Like no friends. All I know is this nigga, right? So how is that business? Is it booming? Is that what you're doing? 24/7 the mural stuff? Yeah.
Well, at this point,
or do you have like a side gig that's that's steady?
Well, I'm gonna have to look for something steady. But I mean, I just really started on my own, like to actually go into my own stuff. Like for a little bit. I've just been learning, the business, and trying to see how I adjust in it. So working with a company and then seeing like, okay, cool, like making connections.
Freelancing mode.
Yeah.
And what do you do in the Facebook thing? Well, I saw like 21 other people. You were, I guess, active having a live session with. I don't know if it was just you because I couldn't catch on to. I was in the middle.
You talking about the live video?
Yeah, is that just you or you having a conversation with other people?
Nah, it's just me. Like,
it's just you.
Yeah, it's not really a thing that I do, but recently I've just had more time, and I always on my Facebook page I always talk about like questions that people have or whatever like that when it comes to like either apologetics or just in general, pop culture. So I figured, I'm going to touch on this because I had an initial reaction to Kanye, leading worship or whatever like that. And I had questions. And so I always hear the same thing about, yo, that was a brolic mosquito.
You could tell he doesn't take a bath because he
Yo, he flew right to you though.
He landed right in my arm.
It was like food.
That's crazy.
Stupid. Yo, he flew right to you though.
Yeah, he did.
We're gonna take a moment here to take a shower.
That's crazy.
Nah, but yeah, I mean, like I had an initial I had a reaction to it, and I think that for the most part, and I'm not even just saying nowadays, I think just in general, people have never understood the Christian faith and Christian perspective on things. And I think the bad thing a lot of times is that the church, not to bash the church at all, but we tend to separate ourselves from the culture so much so that we forget to speak into it and to forget that, yo, we're watching too. And yeah, God definitely has a say on what happens.
Are you going to church?
Yeah, I'm going to a church.
A church.
Yeah, I'm going to a church called it's a long name, but it's Reformed. Yeah, it's Metropolitan Reformed Baptist Church.
Right now, people are Googling.
Yeah. So it's in
Conspiracy Heresy Church.
it's in Bensonhurst, part of Brooklyn. Okay. So yeah.
In Bensonhurst?
In Bensonhurst. And even with and even when we talk about like things in pop culture, right? For people to, I guess, to understand, even within my church, there's a lot of things that me and my pastor go back and forth on. You know, that we have differences in opinion and viewpoints, different convictions on certain things. You know, me and some of the leaders will go back and forth, but it's still like we're still respectful. You feel me? Like if it was just somebody stating their opinion and saying that's the gospel truth, I would have a problem with it. But if you have your viewpoint and you can back it up with scripture and you can actually put a whole argument to it, okay, now we got something to discuss. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to disagreeing. I'm just opposed to disagreeing without a basis. You feel me? So, yeah. So even within the church, like that I go to, like one thing that struck me, if you go to my church, the first thing that bothered me was the stained glass windows. Okay. So it has a picture of Jesus looking white and everything like that. And it's because historically that church was built by, I think, either Germans.
Protestants.
Yeah, but like, you know, I think they were from Germany or whatever like that. So obviously they're not, you know, obviously they're going to have an image of Jesus that resonates with them. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. And, you know, but.
That's how history is written. Go ahead.
Right. But, you know, how people of color relate to white Jesus a different way. You know what I'm saying? So for me being
they believe that he bleached himself like Michael Jackson, right?
Something like that. But yeah. But you know, me going into the church and me being the type of Puerto Rican I am, I'm very into my history and very proud Puerto Rican. And so it's like, yeah, this is bothering me. And then even on a scriptural basis, you know what I'm saying, where I don't believe that we should be making graven images of God, period. You know what I'm saying? And so that was a problem for me too. But, you know, that's one thing that I went back and forth with the pastor on. But that wasn't a thing that split us up.
He didn't kick you out?
No. We can have discussion like that. You know what I mean? So
I think the picture of white Jesus has to do with Michelangelo, is it? Or Leonardo, whoever painted the Sistine Chapel. With the image. He's the one that made Jesus white. He's the one that made the Last Supper picture.
Well, no, it even goes back before then. Because he was what? During the 1500s? I believe. Yeah. Right. The image of. I have no idea, honestly. I just say yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I didn't even say. I didn't say it, but I was like.
Well, I know it was like the Renaissance era. You know what I'm saying? That he was alive.
Somebody's gonna correct us, hopefully.
Facts. They're gonna be like, these guys don't even know what they're talking about. I'm gonna make a response.
They're like Candace Owens right now. They're not explaining it right.
They're not explaining it. Yeah. What is he talking about? Nah, but I mean, like even further back, I would say that 4th century.
There are images, carvings and stuff that they found of Jesus, and he's white.
So maybe he
like
was
4th
white.
century.
4th century is not that far. Somebody must have thought.
I mean,
passed it down. Yeah, he's a white guy.
For people who are like, you know, there's not that much around. He says some.
What if he was? Well, okay, what if he was white? What if? Okay, let's just say, what if everybody there was of like dark skin, tan, olive skin color,
and he was the only white one?
The only white guy. And that's why people remember, like, yo, the white dude, right? The white, he's a white guy. Let me paint him.
But you know what?
It must have been like, that was a miracle by itself.
But you know what's funny, though? It's because the funny thing about it is that you know, you're making that joke that what if he's like the only white person there? But if we look at the Quran and they're like Quranic the sources, like the other writings of the Quran or whatever like that have to do with Islam.
Yeah.
They describe
the hadith.
The hadiths.
Yeah.
They describe Muhammad as white.
Well, he was white too. Maybe there's some white people, you know. We might be onto something. Maybe the Mormons are right.
I mean, we all know that. Does it really matter?
In the end, it don't. But I
depends.
think it has a weight.
Theology.
Yeah, it has a weight though. It doesn't matter in the end, but it does have a weight. You know.
I hope when we get there, he talks Mandarin and Chinese. That's what I hope. We get there, we're like,
I'm sorry.
You're Jesus? He's like, yeah.
I'm going to be very, very disappointed.
What Chinese do? Oh, Mexican.
I can do Mexican.
We show up. He was like, "Orale, welcome to heaven." We're like, what is going on?
You know it's going to be a party up here.
I'm be kind of proud.
I know you wish you was Dominican.
Oh, damn, yo. So we do this thing every episode. We get a chance to where we do what you watching. And it's a segment where if what are you watching any shows? Are you into any genres? What you doing?
Watching, reading, whatever, anything.
Yeah, watching, reading. We don't do much reading here, but go ahead.
Listening.
I watch a lot of apologetic stuff. So I watch like on YouTube and things. I watch Vocab Malone. He talks about to like the Black Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah.
I don't know him by name, but I know my face.
He's like an Italian dude or whatever like that. I listen to a lot of Michael Brown. He's a Messianic Jew.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that nigga in forever.
Forever.
Michael Brown, son.
Wow.
He was on the Hazakim album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael freaking
I
Brown.
listen to him. I listen to a lot of stuff that has to do with Jewish outreach as well.
What about are you watching any TV shows? Any?
Wait, do you ever listen to debates?
Yeah, all the time.
Like who you like? Like William Lane Craig. You should check out somebody called Matt Slick.
Matt Slick? No, okay, cool. I'll check him out.
He's a Calvinist.
Oh, okay.
He's interesting though.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm just saying because he's right. But.
Yeah, I gotta check him out because he's white.
And he's white, so even better. Double correction.
Good together.
And like I said, unsubscribe right now. Stay woke. Stay woke. Nah, but TV shows. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I don't watch a lot of TV like that. You know. Damn, what am I watching? I can name theological stuff, but I forgot.
Do you have Netflix?
I have Netflix.
Let me get that fly swatter.
I have Netflix. I'll just be watching random movies.
You have Hulu?
Yeah, I got Hulu. I haven't used it. Oh, you know what I used to binge watch on Hulu? Yo, get him.
It's too far. He's flying away from me. All right.
Yo, well,
if you watch, do you have Amazon Prime?
Nah. Oh. But what I used to binge watch on Hulu was when they had the Godzilla movies. I love Godzilla movies.
Why am I not surprised? You fit the bill.
In what way?
It like I don't know. Just
you just wasn't surprised.
It's to me. It's like I always felt with you. It was like this nigga was meant to be Chinese.
Stop.
Yo,
There's
you say you got Hulu, right?
About the way you flow.
You got Hulu?
Yeah, I got Hulu.
Did you see the Wu-Tang documentary that's out?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you should watch it.
Matter of fact,
that just came out, right? They had a van.
There's
out
still
here.
more coming out.
Yeah,
they had a van on
up.
Park Hill right here with Wu-Tang and people going on the big lines. I was like,
Park Hill, Stapleton.
He said,
"Damn."
He saw Wu-Tang and drove off. Said, "Not in my neighborhood."
I wasn't dressed apart. I was looking like a Dominican dude that just came out of the club. So I was like,
they're like, he's recording. Stop him.
He just bachata his way through.
I was an outsider, get the looks and whatnot. Now I was like, I'm just that nigga, I'm accepted now.
Oh,
they're offering me weed and stuff to buy.
Like,
Thanks. Thank you, but no thank you.
They're offering you weed. Right, every time they pass me, they're asking if I'm holding. That's a problem.
What do we spot at?
Right? They be like, "Yo, you holding?
You holding out?
No."
You still doing the? I don't want to murder this. You're still doing the dancing stuff, right? What does that refer to? Crump?
Crump, yeah. I still crump.
Tell the audience a little bit about crump.
So crump is not what Chris Brown does. This is what he tries to do, but he's not really good at it. But whatever. Anyway,
shots fired to Chris Brown.
Not really. I'm just
Chris
stating.
Brown is gonna respond.
Just stating the facts. And then y'all owe me money.
He's gonna make a response video, crumping. He's like, "What about now?"
Yeah, right.
What about now, Nico, in the basement?
In the basement.
Oh my God! So you're still doing that?
Yeah, I'm still doing that.
When I see your videos and I see the amount of people that also are into it, I'm like, this is the thing.
Yeah, it's been around since like the early 2000s, maybe like 2001 it got started.
And where did this derive from? Where did it come from?
So Crump, it was thought of actually in New York. The founder, when he moved out here from California for a little bit, and he thought of the idea of Crump here, okay? But he developed it in South Central, and so that's where it grew.
So it's big out there.
Yeah, it's huge out there. That's what we call in the Crump community. That's the Mecca. That's where everything starts.
And have you ever been over there?
I haven't been there yet.
You planning on going?
You guys have like tournaments or competitions, right?
Yeah, all the time. We have tournaments in states. We have big tournaments in Paris, in Russia. There's a huge following over there in Europe. They're like taking over the scene right now.
So at this moment, that's where you'll throw in the links to your Instagram, right? Give a shout out to where we could find you on the social medias. Go ahead. Let us know where we could find you at. We'll add links to it so people could just click right onto it and go onto your site. So you said you were on Instagram, obviously Facebook, anywhere else?
Just that's it. That's pretty much it at this point. Yeah.
And what's your Instagram?
Instagram is at Armored Tribe 91, and it's ARMORD Tribe 91.
And on Facebook?
And with that, they can find your work, right?
Yeah, they can find my artistic work, dance stuff, all that. On Facebook is just search my name, Nico Collazo, COLLAZO.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
And if somebody wants something, they'll just DM you, right?
Yeah, they can DM me or whatever like that, and we work something out.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we definitely want to talk about what we could do about this boring ass room we have here. I'm tired of this peachy color. It's like depressing. It's kind of like my soul. But
I felt that.
What you felt it?
I felt that.
Yeah, you can actually see it now. What you got for us? What we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah, what we got coming up next? You're officially letting go of the print shop.
Yeah, I'm gonna work my way out of it.
And you're giving it away to someone, or you still third?
I'm trying to figure it out still.
All right.
How I'm gonna get out of it, transition out.
You got somebody in mind, or are you just gonna source it out?
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out.
Jeez, big changes for my man over here.
I got a month to figure it out.
1 month.
I got actually less than a month. I got less than 20 days actually. I got like 18 days to figure this out.
The deadline goes from a month to 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it enough income to hold somebody down, like a single person like me?
I mean, you're not gonna be rich unless you go out there
and get the clients.
You gotta hustle.
That's with every business, man.
When I do the hustle, business bumps. But then you get stuck working because you got so much business. Then it starts getting less people coming. Then you gotta go out and hustle. It's like on and off.
Back and forth doing the whole thing.
Hustle. The best way to do it is you find other people to find work for you. So you be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? If you find something for me, I can hook you up.
Promoters.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're still doing this thing on a pretty constant basis. Like I said, we could give you a spot where you have your own vlog, and you could pretty much direct that anywhere. Where, I think you could redirect it right onto your Instagram. Like, it could be a medium source that it goes automatically to the other two platforms that you use. Oh. So from one tool, you're blasting with your normal, your normal platforms, but you're doing centralized from one spot, and you could just, continue to elaborate from there. We're actually Inconsistent Media. We're trying to get other vloggers, just any type of genre together in a network. That we could come together and share ideas and share different, genres of things people can tap into. Podcast is supposed to be the next YouTube, so we're just trying to tap into the market as early as possible. And then a whole bunch of people. I mean, I'm sure you go through Facebook or you go through Instagram, you see a whole bunch of people, converting their bedroom like I did and into a studio and doing their own thing. So, what was I gonna tell you? There was your wife reached out to me one day on Facebook, and
she was like, "Stop texting my man."
Don't be jealous. No, she reached out to me because when she was doing the arts thing in the church, she just random like, "Yo, Jose, I wanted to hit you up. How are you doing?" And she was like, I really want to apologize because I thought you were trying to run my thing. I was trying to do this thing, and I thought you were trying to take over. And then now I see that you didn't. You were really there to support me. And I'm just like, are you okay? Do you need to talk? I don't know what happened, but it's instances like that where I love to see people grow, and I love to see the opportunity of like just to come back, because sometimes I think the hardest things for us as humans to do is when you coming from a perspective of wanting to help, that sometimes it could rub off as something else. Because you're genuinely wanting to be there for a person. And can you imagine how many times you've invested into someone that you love or you cared about, a friend, someone that could use the words that you have for them, and you're so emotional and like into wanting to help this person, and then sometimes it falls flat. Yeah. And it's just a blessing for me in return to see that somehow, some way, she was able to be blessed with it, and now here's my blessing. I get it now. Years later. And it happened to so many other people that we've run into, that me and Noel have run into in the church. But it's so dope to see people grow and to continue growing. And I think that that's one of the biggest problems we have as like, as leaders, or as, that it's, I'm not doing this to gain anything. I gain nothing from this. I'm not going to be on another level with Jesus, There's like a scale, and I'm like, I bumped up like, Pac-Man, number 1 player, number 3 player. That's not the way it works. But, that's why I love Christianity, because true Christianity is selflessness. Like the pastor was talking about this weekend. I just, what?
I wouldn't know.
You definitely wouldn't know. First of all, take a bath.
Take a dip in the pool.
I actually went to church this Sunday.
You did?
Yeah.
I know. I saw it. I didn't see you with the kids, and I was like, blasphemy. He's cutting again. I'm telling Jesus. So, and then when I go in to sit down one night, and then I was like, oh, he's here. He's actually being a Christian. Look at that. It was a perfect service. It was talking about money. I was like, he's cheap. He's a cheap.
This is for him.
This is definitely for him.
Message is for him.
It's definitely for all of us. But
Church always trying to take
that's
our
pretty much. What?
Church always trying to take our money.
That's what we're hearing in the background, right?
As the pastors talk about giving, we're like, we just want to ask us for more money.
And then when the host was like, I don't think I have to cover this part.
By the way, the basket's coming around.
And then when you tell them that tithes were actually fruit and vegetables and not money back in
No,
the day.
people come in with vegetables.
Are you serious? I was just about to say, I got to peep this.
I came in with a juicer, a little press juicer. I left it there. Anybody?
10%, right?
Yeah, so that. You should come by our church to check it out.
Yeah, I was talking to Noel. I want to come through one day.
Yeah.
I come through with a big notebook. I'm just like,
Wrong.
There's a wrong. They should have that. Like, here's a survey. Please rate us. But
they'll only get bad.
Yeah. Especially when you don't have. First of all, I don't know if you went to like IKEA, but IKEA has this thing where they have these little pedestals where it has little smiley faces.
Oh yeah.
That go from really good to really bad.
Really?
Yeah. So I went with my sister and her friend, and I was like, "You guys voting? Bad. I'm like, why were you voting bad?" I was like, because it'll tell people not to come here. That way the store's less empty. More for me.
Yeah, and then it works too good, and you bankrupt the business, and now you can't even go.
Good for the mom and pop stores.
Look.
That's true, too. Yeah. Mom and pop, you're probably closer to me.
Yeah.
Good looking out, Jose.
You're welcome. Thank you, society.
Right.
You could send your money to thebasementny.com. That's pretty much it. You got anything?
That's it.
All right, that's it, guys. This was another episode of thebasementny.com, part of Inconsistent Media. I don't know what to tell you people anymore. The fact that you guys are not even there. Damn, yo, what's up with the mosquitoes today? Yo, we out of here, Paige. We gotta kill these.
They're taking one last hit because the winter's coming.
They're taking one
last.
The dirty one is over there. The dirty one's over there. Yo, later, yo.
Where you at?
Yo, man, that's it. That's pretty much how we do it.
That's awesome.